Look out, the podcast is back. This week on the Story Song Podcast.
Now hear the tale in all its glory. Three friends who took inventory of all the songs that tell a story. It's the Story Song Podcast.
Well, hello and welcome back to another year of the Story Song Podcast. Here we go. I'm Dan McInerney.
I'm Rachel Oakes.
And I'm Michael Gazelle.
Every episode, we walk you through the wonderful world of a story song, and we're kicking off 2026 the right way by talking about a murderer.
Yay.
We're talking about Mack the Knife, the most famous version by Bobby Darin. And this is it's a good one, but also one that, I mean, my personal history with this song, I'll give it real quick, is when I was young and would hear this song, I thought it was just nonsense lyrics. And then later kind of figured out the story that was going on as I was older. And then, I don't know, maybe like 2-3 years ago on this show, I mentioned this song and you were like, well, it's from a Broadway play. And I was just like, it is? So I had no idea. And we're going to talk about that. But it makes sense that there's a larger one thing I kind of liked about the song is that there's no context to it. You're just, this story is just sort of told to you, and there's a lot of details that I always love in a story song where they just sort of throw these details out. But I'm assuming that there's some more context from the show that it comes from.
I will say this: the show is Threepenny Opera, but if I'm not wrong, Michael, correct me if I'm wrong. The funny thing about it is Mack the Knife, the song Mack the Knife, happens at the top of the show.
Yes.
So that's the interesting thing, is it's basically prologue. It's like the Tale of Sweeney Todd, which, again, Daniel, you know exactly what we're talking about. But it's like that. So it's interesting because, yes, there's context around it because it comes from a musical and a operetta, I guess.
And there's character.
And there's character and stuff. But this song specifically happens at the beginning of the play before you know anything that's going to happen.
Yeah, right. So even within the context of the play, there is no context.
Right.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Folks. I'm learning new stuff. Is Mack the Knife a character in the play?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
He is the lead character in the play.
McKeith.
McKeith, yes.
McKeith. Good. All right. Well, and when about was this play first produced, if I can ask?
I want to say 1933.
Okay. And the reason why I ask is this is recorded in 1959, so it was an old song.
It was. There was.
Just trying to put it in context.
There was an original production in Germany, 1928 originally. It played in New York, I think, in the 30s, and then in like 1954, there was either an off-Broadway or Broadway revival that I think was pretty famous, and so this recording of the song came shortly after.
Gotcha.
Not to get into the backstory, but there were a few other pop recordings of it between that 1954 production and this.
But it was sort of in the ether when it was. It was back to being popular. Even though it was an old.
And
song
it's become a standard, obviously. But
right.
Again, we'll talk about it in the backstory. But
I'm mentioning all this just because, again, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know anything about the play, but this is a very sort of like swinging pop version of this song, which is why I had no idea that it was from a musical or anything.
Which, if you have only heard this version of the song and then you hear, which I did in college probably for the first time, heard the 1930s original Threepenny Opera version, very different.
Yeah,
I in preparation for recording this episode, I listened to some of the 1954 original Broadway cast recording of Threepenny Opera.
And not as swinging.
It's not. I mean, the Mack the Knife in that show is basically single voice and accordion. So
yes, right.
That's the level of pleasantness that's kind of present in most of the orchestrations. The show itself, the songs are they don't necessarily have like a regular song structure, and that could just be because of the translation, but a lot of them just end.
Yeah. Again, we'll get into it in the backstory. I mean, but it's written, the people who wrote this are Bertolt Brecht, who is known for like sort of brutalist, absurdist views on society and in theater, right? And Kurt Weill, who has like a very distinct voice, neither of which match swingin' Bobby Darin, which really makes it very interesting.
But we're already off to an interesting start here because we're doing like music criticism and history when usually at the start of the show we like, I don't know, go on a tangent about like Joe Bazooka comics or something.
Well, the funny thing is that Joe Bazooka is a character in the show, which is weird. So we'll talk about that in the backstory.
Anyway, all right, let's talk about this song. Michael.
Yes.
Please tell us the story of this story song.
So this song is about a murderer who returns to town from where we do not know, and he just has like the best time.
He does seem like he's having a good time.
He's loving it.
This is about McKeith living his best life.
It's true.
Yep.
You could call this song McKeith, Treat Yourself.
I was gonna call it McKeith's Eat, Pray, Love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. It's the other people who are praying that he doesn't kill them, but then he does.
Well, for pray for him is Prey.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, the shark, babe, has such teeth, dear, and it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old Maggie Heath, babe, and it keeps it out of sight. You know when that shark bites with its teeth, babe, scarlet billows start to spread. Fancy gloves, though, wears old Maggie Heath, babe, so there's never a trace of red.
So we're gonna start here at the top. This is gonna be here's my big take on this song, and I'm obviously speaking specifically of the Bobby Darin version where he's doing his ooks and his eeks and his babes and everything. Is I think years ago I said that I like to imagine Hotel California is a Yelp review that's written out.
Yep.
And this one I like to imagine that Bobby is like on the stand at like a trial.
Yeah.
Like giving testimony, and like the judge is just like, can you just tell us what happened?
Yeah.
Can you stop with all the like could it have been him? Who knows? Like, yeah, we know what you're saying, but just like get to the point already. Cause he's kind of like this all like, whoa, what could have happened? There's a bag of cement. Who could it have been? And it's like, so was it McHeath? Just say it was McHeath already. Like, what is happening?
Yeah. Also, sir,
babe.
Also, sir, people have lost their lives. Can you stop being so peppy about it?
You are really like the tone does not match what you're saying.
Sir, the snapping on the stand has to stop. Stop snapping your fingers.
Your Honor, could you instruct the witness to be less of a hep cat, please?
Oh man, how was the trial? A toe tapping good time.
Oh man.
Did they find the murderer? The what?
The hunt now?
So let's start here at the top. And he says, oh, the shark babe has such teeth, dear, and it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old Mac Heath, babe, and he keeps it out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny? Even in reading the lyrics, you can't help but like read them to the melody in a weird way.
Yeah.
Which is a credit to how well written this song is.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a weird song because it was written in German and then translated to English. So this translation is from the original Broadway cast.
Mm-hmm.
Or original Broadway production. So I think it gets the general idea, and then you have to like make it rhyme and you have to make it make sense. So translations are interesting that way in music.
Yeah, because it can't be a one-to-one for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love, I don't know, the opening line always kind of confused me. It's like, what shark? Why is there a shark? But like the comparison of McKeith to the shark and the idea of the shark showing them pearly white. So it's like, it's deadly. And you almost get the sense of a shark like smiling and enjoying how deadly it is.
And the same thing is that the shark teeth and the jackknife with a similar shape and a similar purpose behind it really works well.
And the difference being, what he says is, the shark shows them pearly white. Like the shark does not hide its teeth, whereas McKeith keeps his knife hidden.
Yeah.
Right, but until it's time to use it, because then in the next line, he's going to stab somebody.
Yeah.
But
what's weird is he does it. He holds the jackknife in his mouth, which is weird too.
He's like, I'm a shark. Look at me.
He's like, look at me. I'm a shark. I'm a shark. Get that jackknife out of your mouth. You're going to hurt yourself. You should be hurting others.
I predate trees. Look out, everybody.
Think they're so great.
Because they're so old. They've been around forever. Oh man, the shark's like, oh yeah, that's my great. Yeah, my he's telling me about when fungus was first invented. I remember that.
It was a big day.
This was a big day. It was a big day for all of us. We were excited about it. So he's got a jackknife. Oh, the other thing I would say is the comparison to the shark is just a killing machine, right? It has no remorse. It has no other reason to exist other than to kill. That's not really true, but that's the way we perceive sharks. And so I think that's
soulless eyes,
like a doll's eyes.
Well, they also, their other purpose is the ones that are involved in NATOs, the Sharknadoes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna say, like, remember in the 90s, like there was always like sharks like riding skateboards and like doing ollies and like
you betcha
eating like yogurt out of tubes. Why were we so into sharks for like a hot minute there in the 90s?
You know,
well, now we're into them for a whole week.
Well, I know,
they
those
contained
are scary
them
sharks.
to
I'm
a
talking
week.
about fun sharks.
Oh,
like for a while, we were like, man, sharks are great. Sharks are always riding surfboards and like giving thumbs up with thumbs they don't have.
Do you want to know why? Because in the late 80s and 90s, it's like we all found out that beaches existed.
Yeah.
And so everything took place on a beach. And weirdly enough, everybody was like, hey, you know what's great on a beach? Sharks.
Yeah.
That really makes a beach day.
I feel like most of the 60s would disagree with that statement, but
okay, it's like we rediscovered beaches.
That's fair.
Rediscovered them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 70s were like, no, we don't go to beaches. We just hang out in vans in the wilderness or something.
But I do have a question.
And the discotheque.
Yeah.
Why when I think of the 70s, I think of a cartoon shark on a surfboard giving a thumbs up, and behind that shark is a solid colored triangle. Why?
You mean in the 90s?
Why is that the 90s? Why is that the 90s?
Yeah, it makes
Why were we
total
into
sense.
solid colored triangles and sharks on surfboards?
Yeah.
And why were those on a pattern on shorts? I don't know, folks. I just know it was. I just know what happened.
It's just the way it was. I think I had that Trapper Keeper.
At the time, people had not discovered circles and they had not discovered gradients. Solid colors, triangles, that's it.
That was it.
I mean, if you didn't have a shark on a surfboard on your shorts, you better have a gorilla in sunglasses. I'll tell you that much. Or you better get out of the 90s, my friend.
You better have some sort of cartoon animal with a backwards hat.
Exactly, yeah. That hat better not be facing forward.
Don't you dare.
Or you are in the wrong decade. You know, when that shark bites with his teeth, babe, scarlet billows start to spread. Now, this is why
that's a great line.
I get it now.
Yeah.
But again, as a kid listening to this song, being like, well, these are fun nonsense lyrics, because I had no idea what was going on, because we have two metaphors together.
Mm-hmm.
So when that shark bites with his teeth, So when old Macheath here, who we're comparing to a shark, bites with his teeth, which is in fact him stabbing someone with a knife, scarlet billows start to spread, which is blood coming out of the wound and that person slowly bleeding to death. So yeah, I mean,
we've all seen Jaws.
I mean, we've all. But yeah, so again, this, I do imagine the judge being like, "Can you please just explain that he stabbed the person? Tell us where it happened and when it happened, and stop with all this flowery language. Just say what happened, please, God."
But the billowing.
I'm going to declare this witness both hostile and jazzy to a T. Those are the two things.
That was one cool testimony.
You're lucky you're a national treasure, but be careful.
Are you a carpenter? If I were a carpenter. Oh my God, Bobby Darin, what are you doing?
Jeez Louise.
You know what?
Where did it happen? Somewhere beyond the sea.
Okay. What were you doing before this? Well, split splash. I was taking a bath. Sir. Maybe it's your fault for asking me questions, says Bobby Darin.
Fancy gloves, though, where's old Macheath, babe? So there's never a trace of red. First of all,
sound advice.
Tell that to OJ. Second of all, is Yoda telling this story? Why is it all backwards? Just a jackknife has old Macheath. Fancy gloves, though, where's old Macheath? How about Macheath wears gloves? How about we say that? Okay, how about we stop talking backwards?
Your Honor, you're being hostile to the witness.
What I love about this line is the comparison to the shark.
Yep.
Macheath is... Initially, you think Macheath is as deadly as the shark. He's actually more dangerous because he's in the shadows. He's keeping it all hid. You know, like the shark. You know where you stand with a shark.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
You know,
like that's right.
You know the danger that's there. Like, he has a jackknife that he keeps out of sight. He wears gloves so that there's no trace of the billowing blood.
Right.
So it's interesting. There's something more sinister about Macheath than a shark.
Now on the sidewalk, ooh, Sunday morning, lies a body just oozing life. And someone sneaking round the corner. Could that someone be Mack the Knife? There's a tugboat down by the river, don't you know, where a cement bag just drooping on down. Oh, that cement is it's there for the weight to dare. 5 will get you 10, old Mackie's back in town.
On the sidewalk, Sunday morning, lies a body just oozing life. Eek! Again, Bobby, you're having too much fun with it. Someone's dying.
And on a Sunday morning.
And somebody's sneaking around the corner. Could that someone be Mack the Knife? Again, I'm going to do my impression of the judge. Well, was it? Just tell us. Did you see Macheath stab that man and then go around the corner?
Could be.
Maybe. Could it be?
It could be a shark. It could not be a shark.
Definitely
Land
wasn't
shark.
a shark.
It could be a land shark.
Mm-hmm.
Did the shark have gloves? The shark did have gloves.
So there's a tugboat down by the river, don't you know, where cement bags just a drooping on down. Now, here's my question. In the original, and I know it was in German and translated, but in the first English version, is it where they go, don't you know, or is Bobby throwing those in?
I think Bobby's throwing those in.
Yeah, he's throwing those in.
Okay.
It's very, stage version, Michael, again, correct me if I'm misremembering this, but it's very staccato and like very to the point.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They're not zuba-zabbing.
It's less pleasant to the ears.
Right.
Okay.
Purposefully, I should say.
Yes. Yeah.
Purposefully.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But at the same time,
They're taking it seriously. And as Rachel's saying, well, Bobby here's zuba-zabbing all over some murders. So
That's a trademark, please.
Oh, sorry. I'll send you 5 cents on the mouth.
but it is so interesting because when the song starts, it's before he gets all jazzy. It sounds like a cabaret song.
Yeah.
It actually sounds like Wilkeman from Cabaret.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that kind of
Staccato.
oompa
Yeah.
beat.
Oh yeah, he really revs up about halfway through this song.
He's
and then
loving
it's
it.
no stopping him from here on out.
I mean, in all sense, the build up
So good.
to this song, when he gets to the middle section is awesome.
Oh, what can we say?
And the horns
The man
are just,
loves murder.
Oh yeah, well, hey, everybody's got to have a hobby.
Yeah.
So there's a tugboat down by the river, don't you know, where a cement bag's just a drooping on down. Oh, that cement, it's there for the weight, dear. 5 will get you 10. Old Mackie's back in town. Now let's break this down.
Yeah.
Well, one, we're going to need a bigger tugboat.
So what is happening? I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. What exactly is happening with this cement bag?
He's dumping a body. It's a cement shoes.
Not the bath, big boy, not the bath.
Yeah. He's gonna sleep with the fishes.
Okay. I got it.
That's what he says. Cement. The cement is there
bag,
just for the weight. Again,
right.
These are helpful hints for murderers in training.
No. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
But okay, so he's putting the body in the river, and then he's putting, whether it's like dried cement or just a bag of like whatever wet cement, he's just putting it on there just to weigh it down.
Yeah.
So that the body drops him. Okay,
Correct.
That makes sense.
Correct.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Again, just helpful hints for murderers in training. You can't just throw a body in the river. You gotta weigh it down, people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sound advice from Mack and from Bobby Darin.
So yeah, you put down $5 on Mack being back in town, you'll get 10.
That's what it is, right? That's the bet?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like, I will bet you he's back. Look at this. Look at this guy with this event.
2-1 odds.
Yeah.
Mack is back.
He's saying it's a sure bet that Mack's back in town because 5 will get you 10 if you put that money down. But I guess also that's the other thing too. I guess Mack was gone, and now he's back, and dead bodies are piling up.
Yep.
All over town because he's come on back.
It was real quiet before that.
Yeah. Well,
especially in the tugboat district.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite because Matt Keith wasn't there, and also Bobby Darin wasn't zip-zapping all over the place telling us the story.
That's right. Yeah.
It's got a 20-piece orchestra following around.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the judge's job was a lot easier.
Yeah.
Everybody was a lot more straightforward.
Okay. The witness is hostile and get that big band out of. How do they even get in the courtroom?
How are they making up the jury? They clearly know where he's going with this.
Oh man, they're doing that thing where they're swinging back and forth in time. They must have rehearsed that. That doesn't just happen naturally.
That doesn't just happen.
Did Ed Sullivan introduce him as he walked up to the witness stand?
Not to hear about Louis Miller. He disappeared, babe, after drawing out all his hard-earned cash. And now Maggie spins just like a sailor. Could it be our boy's done something rash? Yes, sweet Audrey, Miss Lotta Lenya, and old Lucy Brown. Oh, the line forms on the right, babe. Now that Maggie's back in town, I said Jenny Diver.
And now Matt Keith spends just like a sailor. Could it be our boys done something rash?
Yes, I'm going to go with yes, Bobby.
I'm going to agree. But what happened here? What happened to Louis Miller?
Well, he disappeared.
Yeah.
Well, first, I think McKeith made him take out all his money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give
That's
that money
what I
to
was-
McKeith, and
Yes.
then presumably he was murdered.
Okay. That's what I was asking. I was asking if in what order these things.
Unless he had a change of heart this one time and was like, so you give me all your money.
Mhm.
I'm going to use $20 of that money and I'm going to buy you a bus ticket. And then I need you to just like go and send a card, send like a postcard in a couple
Skedaddle.
months. But
Let me know you get home safe. Well, not home. You have to go very far away from here, but let me know you get somewhere safe.
like wait a couple months till you send that postcard because I just love the mystery. It's fun. Like nothing's going on in this town.
It's great. It's great.
Except for that tugboat. Never mind the tugboat.
The papers are going to love it. Trust me, Louis.
But my question, did somehow McKeith force Louis Miller to take all his money out, or did he kill Louis Miller and then somehow fraudulently take out all his money? Not that it super matters. I was just because like nowadays, as you alluded to, like if you like kidnap someone and put a gun in their back and make them go to the ATM and get their money out, but back in the day, it was a little hard to do that. I'm just imagining McKeith like at the teller, being like like poking him in the back, being like, "Come on, get that money."
But it was also back in the olden days when people didn't care as much, and like I'm gonna guess that you could probably, if you were a sneak like McKeith and probably terrified everybody in the town,
right?
You could just go behind Louis Miller and be like, "Hey, we're gonna go to the bank. Right. I'm gonna put this jackknife into your back, and I'm just gonna say it. Why don't you just take all your money out and give it to me? Yeah. We'll see what happens from there. We'll just see. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun surprise for both of us. But let's start with you giving me all your money."
Well, I was also wondering if McKeith is participating in other crimes besides murder, like for instance, blackmail or extortion. You know what I mean? Like, was there a reason why he picked Louis Miller and then forced him to take all his money out, or was he just randomly chosen for this assignment of giving McKeith all his money and then dying?
Did you want the real answer or
I'm just asking.
A makeup answer?
Saying.
Because I don't recall the real answer, but
I think because of sort of the Big Bang, listen to me, idiot. The Big Bang. The big band sound. Mm-hmm. I always sort of imagined Mack the Knife as like a 50s gangster. Right, so again, maybe he's doing
it has
blackmail
that feel to it.
And like extortion, but that's not necessarily true. It's more of like a, I mean, you can imagine whatever you want from this song, but it's really supposed to be like a German like 30s sort of guy. So maybe it's not quite, what I'm imagining with like a zoot suit or whatever. But
right. Yeah.
But
he's not that cat from the Tom and Jerry commercial cartoons.
But anyway,
I mean, if it turns out that he did actually like take him to the bank and like stand there as he was withdrawing all of his money, like that's an added level of danger.
Yeah.
Like versus modern days at an ATM, because if the teller catches on,
right?
Yeah, because that's why they call them tellers. They go around blabbing everything they know.
It's true. It's true.
That is a joke I just stole from I Love Lucy season 2 episode 1.
Oh, good. Thanks for citing, at least.
And citing the most obvious citing that you would ever have.
Yeah.
Quick question. Is Louis Miller the person who's killed and then dumped in the river in the first one, or is that do we assume
interesting.
These are two different people?
I assume two.
Yeah, me too.
But maybe it's just one, but I feel like I don't know.
No, I think it's two.
McKeith's sort of like a showman, so like I think he does lots of murders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think should. I think, you know what? Don't belittle what he does. It's two.
Yeah.
He can kill Louis Miller and somebody else.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I was just curious if we were supposed to assume that this is all one murder or if it were two murders. Also, that first person that he murders, is he just robbing him? Like he's just like gets the money, spends the money, is like, I'm out of money. Then he goes and like steals more money and murders the person. Like, is that?
I always took it
for money, or is it just he's murdering just for fun?
I think it's just whatever whim he's having at the moment. If he's feeling it, if somebody looks at him sideways, he's killing him. Yeah, somebody parks in his spot, he's killing him.
He's just
breezy with it. He's just,
yeah,
he's just.
He doesn't overthink it.
he's dancing through life.
Exactly.
And in that dance, keeps murdering people.
Just keeps on just randomly stabbing people while he's dancing around.
Yep.
Oh, Jenny Diver, Suki Tawdry, Miss Lottie Linya, and Lucy Brown. Oh, the line forms on the right, babe, now that Mackie's back in town.
Mm-hmm.
So on top of everything else, Mackie is a ladies' man.
You betcha.
So part of me really wants to think that this verse is about Bob Mackie being back in town and all these ladies wanting him to design gowns for them.
Yeah, it is. It is. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And on that line are Carol Burnett and Cher.
Well, of course.
Yeah. You know, they're not even online. They just make a phone call.
Oh, yeah. He'll be right over.
Online. Carol Burnett does not wait online.
Yeah. Jenny
Cher
Diver.
does not wait online.
Yeah. Lotta Lenya, sorry, you know, your time is up. You've got to wait online.
So I will say this is an adaptation of the original English lyrics from the original Broadway production. Originally, the Lottie Lenya line was Polly Peachum.
Mm-hmm.
All these are characters in the show. Lottie Lenya I think she played Jenny.
Yeah.
In the Jenny Diver in the original production.
Yeah.
And
famous
was famous
actress.
for this role. I think she was later in the original Broadway production of Cabaret.
I think so. I think you're right.
In the 60s. So I'll just spoil it. There was a Louis Armstrong recording of this, which was the first, I think, pop version of this song. And he also, I think it was in German. I think he did a German version with Lottie Lenya. So when Louis Armstrong did the English version, he replaced Polly Peachum with Lottie Lenya, and Bobby Darin used those lyrics.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. So the Louis Armstrong one came first.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I think obviously Bobby Darin is doing an excellent job singing this song. I don't know if he's super concerned about the lyrics. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's more about like the sound and the swinging of it. I don't know if he's just like, so at the end he's like, so everyone got the story, right? Raise your hand.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't think
understand what was happening in this song.
And the judge is like, I did not understand.
I don't understand a damn thing you were talking about.
I'm the one you need to have understand.
Who are these women you're talking to?
Why are they involved in this? 3 of them are fictional characters and 1 is not? What are you saying?
And where is Bob Mackie now?
So from what I understand, this is what I got. Bob Mackie stabbed Carol Burnett to death. Is that what happened? I'm so confused.
Saw it in the window and just couldn't resist? What?
Oh my God. What's going on? Man.
I said, Jenny Diver, Suki Tawdry, look out, Miss Lottie Lenya, and old Lucy Brown. Yeah, that line forms on the right, babe. Now that Mackie's back in town. Look out, old Mackie is back.
I like that they end it with, he's doing a bunch of murders, but ladies.
But the lady, I know, there's
back?
that's where it ends. That's so
it's
funny.
Great.
And I wonder if that's what the original is or what. But it's hilarious that he's like,
yes.
He's like Louis Miller, who had all his money stolen and was murdered, gets one verse. But the thing about the ladies lining up, we got to do that
You're
twice.
double that thing up, baby.
We got to make sure that part's clear.
So the original version, the Broadway version, I believe has that verse once.
Mm-hmm.
And then repeats the opening verse.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Something about sharks.
A lot of sharks.
Well.
All right.
And then it goes into a whole thing about hamburgers.
Oh, yes, of
where
course.
It's Big Mac tonight.
Yes.
Yeah,
no,
of course.
Mac
Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to get to that.
We better. If we don't, we have failed in our mission.
About
yeah.
Mac tonight.
That's right.
But before we do that, anything else on this song?
I mean, it's just so good.
It's great.
Also, is this our first? The answer's probably no. But is this our first show tune that we've done? Like direct show tune?
Interesting question. Did we do? I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Did we do Poor Judd is Dead from Oklahoma?
We did. We did do Poor Judd is Dead. Yeah,
okay.
We did.
Yeah,
we
so
did.
second show tune.
Yeah. Oh, we did Empty Chairs and Empty Tables too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we did a bunch. Yeah, we did a
couple.
bunch. We did a bunch.
Are
And we did the
there-
entire first act of The Rink. So there's that too.
There was the summer of Working and Baby, the musical.
Yeah. That's right.
That was
Yeah,
a
we
little
did so much.
We did a
We've
lot.
done
This
so
this
much.
is show tunes are old hat for
Yeah.
us.
Can I say something?
Mhm.
And I don't want you to take this the wrong way. Are you two quite done?
I mean, Michael said Working and Baby, so yeah.
Because I don't even know what you guys were talking about anymore.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Have we not had enough of this?
Have you no decency?
Oh my gosh.
At long last.
Well, what I was gonna say was, are there other songs that are crossovers like this where one could not know that it was from a musical, but maybe that's just
Yeah,
me. Maybe you guys always knew.
Age of Aquarius.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
And Let the
That's a
Sunshine
huge
In.
one.
That's
Let the
another one
Sunshine
that I
In.
learned
Yeah.
was from a musical. I had no idea.
That's a
until
big
years
one.
Later. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That shut me up. Good pull. Good
Yeah.
pull, Rachel.
No, I think there are a couple from Hair that
Mhm.
became pop hits. I Don't Know How to Love Him from Jesus Christ Superstar.
That became big too. Yeah, that was big.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think actually Don't Cry for Me Argentina from Evita was a pop hit.
Well, that's true.
before,
Yeah, I
even
think that's
before it
What?
opened on Broadway. Or
I
opened
thought you
in
were going to say
London.
the Madonna version. I was going to say that's a slightly different
Oh.
version or a different case, but yes.
Right. But the Madonna version, it was a pop hit, but it was already an established musical. I think.
Right.
I think in the late 70s, Don't Cry for Me Argentina was a pop hit before it even opened in London.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, plus also When I Marry Mr. Snow was a huge pop hit.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
that was big in the 80s, which was weird. And I
Yeah.
was like, wow, this is from a show? That's crazy. And when was that show produced? Wow.
I'm trying to think. I think there were. Like All I Ask of You from Phantom of the Opera was Send in the Clowns. Send in the
Oh,
Clowns.
Send in the Clowns.
cutting this
That's
off.
a good
I'm cutting
one.
this
But
off. I don't
yes,
care
yeah.
anymore.
I hope
The
you're
Judy
happy with
Collins
yourself.
version.
You started it.
I was just.
You
I
started
just
it.
sort of vaguely asked the question. I didn't
Well,
want to get a full breakdown.
The answer
Okay.
is yes.
Okay, great.
I think 42nd Street was a radio hit because it has
Christ, dude,
what
I
radio
don't
audiences
care.
love
Shut up.
is
Yes, I'm
9.5
sure.
minutes of tap dancing
Tap
sounds.
dancing.
Anyway,
God, this
well,
is
I know,
a
'cause I was
great
I know, like,
Episode for a very specific audience.
I know, like in the 40s. Well, this. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Yes.
I'm
No.
gonna pull
That's a good
Hold
point.
on, I'm gonna pull the curtain back for a second and say this is why I didn't want to do this song. I knew this was gonna happen.
Well, you brought it on yourself, sir.
I know. I'm just saying. This is years ago when I was like, oh, we should do Mack the Knife. That'd be a good one. You're like, yeah, it's from a musical. I was like, ah, damn it.
First
I
of
can
all,
already see this coming.
First of all, I know you guys can't see us, but the grimace on Daniel's face is only outdone by the great grins on my and Michael's faces.
And
But
anyway, yes.
Dan,
but obviously,
to your
like,
point-
in the 40s and 50s, there was much more crossover. Like
Yes.
There was almost
Broadway
nothing but
musicals were more
crossover.
in the
Right.
and someone would come and like do
And-
a cover of a musical song. I was like, right now we have to acknowledge that obviously like something like Wicked is gigantic, right?
Right.
But like
Right.
nobody like maybe Ariana Grande is doing it because she played in the movie, but it's not like some other person isn't just doing a song from
You're not
Wicked
gonna yeah.
like on a
Right.
show,
Right. But like
And you're not gonna like forget that it was from Wicked.
right, exactly.
the songs that are popular right now from Wicked are from the movie adaptation as
Mhm.
opposed to the original. It's a Madonna Don't Cry for Me Argentina situation
Exactly.
Right.
versus like
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
the
Again, just
original
Bobby Darin being like, I'm just going to do this song because it's like just a song and not like
Right.
there was just more more crossover there.
And I think the other thing to say is, which probably should be in the second part, but we'll talk about it real quick now, is that so many standards come from musicals.
Sure.
And come from the 30s and 40s musicals. So that's the thing too, is that doesn't happen anymore.
Right.
That kind of crossover doesn't happen anymore. Probably since disco. I blame disco.
Yeah, which is like Dan, like we were saying, like almost everything in that era is from a Broadway musical. Like your composers were like Rodgers and Hart, Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was less
people as well.
There was less of a divide between sort of that Broadway style and the pop style. Like
Broadway defined pop music.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Exactly. So.
Yep. So.
Anyway, anything else on this song? Going once, going twice.
Nope.
Let's do Expanded Universe. What have we got?
Expanded Universe.
All right, so I think we can start with, obviously, Matt Keith is one of the boys.
He's back in town.
Yeah.
And
he's back in town.
Do you think Bobby Darin's one of the boys? And he's like so excited that one of the other boys is back in town?
Yeah. He's like, guess who just came back today?
And he's like, we're going to meet at whatever that diner was that...
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, so it was like, the owner of the bar and grill is like, please keep Matt Keith out. Like, I know you boys fight and it's fine and the blood will flow and the drinks will spill or whatever, but that guy's bad news. I do not want him hanging around.
Do you think when Mac meets Lucy Brown, he says, first goes up to her mother and says, Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter?
100%. Yes, that's what I was going to Yep. If you didn't say it, I was going to say it. Yeah, absolutely. This is the daughter, the titular daughter from
yes.
Mrs. Brown. You got a lovely daughter. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think that tugboat is to Sloop John B. Right?
Yep. There you go.
I can agree with that.
Sure.
I think up until the point that Mack the Knife returns, I think Stagger Lee thought he was like biggest deal in town. It's like, buddy, you have met your match.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
Well, I was gonna say we've had a couple of people take down bullies,
like
Matt Keith. I mean, let's start with the man who shot Liberty Valance.
Yeah,
right. He's gonna breeze into town and he's gonna be the man who shoots Matt Keith because we gotta take care of this guy.
Yeah.
Also, the oh god, I can't. What is it? Not Big Bad Jim. What is it? What is it?
Bad Leroy Brown?
Bad Leroy Brown. What's the other one though? You don't mess around with Jim. That's how.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I hope now that McKeith's back in town, he doesn't mess around with Jim. Or if he does mess around with Jim, he better not mess around with Slim.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So eventually, the good news is sooner or later, Matt Keith will run into the wrong guy. He'll run into one of the people who take down the bullies in the Story Song universe, which thankfully there are. There are a handful, and eventually he'll run into one of them. So
you know who I hope it is?
Who?
Lottie Lenya.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think that'd be fun.
That would be fun. You know what? That would be fun.
You know what? She gets a Tony Award and she gets like her picture in the front of the paper.
Yeah, that'd be nice for her.
McKeith.
Yeah. What a hoot.
So I mean, the other thing obviously that happens is that Matt Keith, while he's taking the bag of cement, it unfortunately actually gets on the radar and starts a nuclear war. Because that's the other song that's translated from German that we've done.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. So. Actually, 99 Left Balloons, also a show tune. Yeah.
No, shut up. For a second, I was like, wait, what? What show?
Yeah. The show 99 Left Balloons, and it was only one song, but it was done in 2 languages.
You know why that show closed? The balloon budget was
astronomical.
Unbelievable.
Astronomical.
99 balloons.
99.
8 shows a week.
8 shows a week.
That show is the reason why we had a helium shortage alone.
That's right. And every time they popped, everybody in the entire audience was high pitched for like an hour.
Guys, we're out of helium. Should we just use hydrogen?
I probably shouldn't say this in the post-pandemic era, but you know how like every 6 months to a year, they just announce some like horrible thing that's about to happen, and then it just like doesn't happen. Remember they were like, we're running out of helium. There'll be no more helium in like 2 years. And then it's like, whatever happened to that? I've never heard anyone mention that, even though we were all crazy about helium for a while. Remember they were like, the killer bees are coming and there's no stopping them. They're coming from Mexico.
Look
we're all going to die.
Yeah.
Well, they're still not here. It's been like 3 decades.
Well, they are, but they're making so much helium that we decided to let them stay.
They produce helium. So it all worked out in the end.
And then I read a
Good
story that
little workers.
McKeith was back in town.
Man, oh man.
What a day.
Do you think all of those women sing to each other, "My boyfriend's back"?
Just
Like,
to
at
find
the
out
same
that it's the
time?
same boyfriend?
Yeah. They just become that Spider-Man meme. I'll sing "My boyfriend's back" at each other.
Absolutely.
And just pointing at each other as they sing? That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I think McHugh says, don't fear the Reaper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without a doubt.
Or he
lot.
says, or fear him. I don't care. You're gonna
What am I mean, I'm going to kill you either way. It's fine. It's fine.
I feel like as he's creeping around, he sings "In the Air Tonight" just to make it even creepier.
Well, I do think that as his one victim is floating to the bottom of the ocean, he says, "We all float on, all right." To which Matt Keith says, "Not you, baby."
Nope.
That's what the cement is for.
You think?
You think that river's in Shantytown?
Yeah.
So many drownings.
Of course.
All this takes place in
Of
Shantytown,
course.
Michael. All this takes place in Shantytown.
It's the German section of Shantytown.
Absolutely.
But there's a
Shantytown.
There's a great beer hall there, though. So good. Almost worth all the murder.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You have like a
It's
1 in 3 chance of getting stabbed to death.
Oh,
but
the big pretzel? The big pretzel?
Big pretzel
So
makes it worth
good.
it.
You can't get a pretzel like that anywhere else.
You
Get a pretzel
can't.
like that.
You can't.
You can't get a pretzel like that without murder. Everyone knows that.
Everybody knows it. A
the
little
murder-
bit of
it's-
murder.
If someone's like, I would kill for that pretzel, they probably will.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
All right. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the history of this song with Story Behind the Story. All right, we're back. It's time for Story Behind the Story. How did this come to be? But before we do that, we have a comment from Spotify to read.
Ooh.
And this one comes from Awejenner, maybe? A-W-E, Jenner, 1959.
Okay.
And it is on the Jukebox Musical episode for the Bare Naked Ladies,
Wow.
where, if you guys are new to the show, we came up with a storyline for a brand new Jukebox Musical based on the music of the Bare Naked Ladies. Go back, check that one out. It's pretty good. Involves a lot of McDonald's, if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
oddly.
That's right.
But
If you're here on this episode because you're a theater fan,
Yeah, that's
The
right.
that's a good
Jukebox
point.
Musical
Yeah.
episodes, those are for you because we write an original Jukebox Musical on the spot.
Mm-hmm. Awejenner in 1959 on that episode said the comment was cool! ! So thank you so much, Awejenner. 1959. Hey, if you guys would like your comment read on the show, you know what to do. Go ahead, go on Spotify, leave a comment on any episode, and we'll read it on the show. Or go on Apple Podcasts or Good Pods or wherever you get your podcasts. Leave a 5-star review. Write that review down. We will find it, and then we will read it on the show. Michael, please tell us the story behind Mack the Knife.
Sure. Mack the Knife was written for the 1928 German musical, The Threepenny Opera, which was an adaptation of the sardonically irreverent 1728 British satirical ballad opera, The Beggar's Opera.
Uh-huh.
I'm just trying to imagine, like, me sitting in, like, a theater seat watching the 1928 sardonic. I would be like, what? It would be both incomprehensible and like, what is happening? But I'm sure audiences like ate it up in 1728. Couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah, I think the ballad opera was supposed to be like a satire of things happening at the time, and they used songs that were popular at the time. You know,
Okay.
1728 top 40.
Sure.
Yeah.
And put new lyrics to those tunes.
Got it.
It is incredible to think that somebody is like listening to whatever the equivalent of the top 40 in 1728 and just being like, they don't make them like they did in 1710. You know, everything now.
Yeah.
Everything now is just crap. Back then, they really knew how to write sardonic musicals, but just hasn't been the same.
Is this new wave? This feels new wave. I'm not into new wave.
By the way, I'm gonna say something real quick. We gotta stop calling the new thing new wave because we do it every time. And it just feels like. Because like some days in the future, it'll be the year 2025, and they'll be calling something that's 40 years old new wave, and it's going to be super weird. They're not going to know what to do about it. So,
well, in 1728, it was ye old wave.
Exactly, ye wave of newness. Yeah.
So the Beggars opera was translated from English to German to be adapted into the Threepenny Opera. So the 1728 play.
So it was English, German, then back to English. Okay,
yeah.
Interesting.
Much of the plot and characters from the Beggars opera remain the same, but it was given a new score with music by Kurt Weill and lyrics by Bertolt Brecht.
Mm-hmm.
The Threepenny Opera opened in Berlin on August 31st, 1928. The first American production opened on Broadway at the Empire Theater in April 1933, where it played only 12 performances.
Ooh, the Carrie of its time.
Yep. If there are any theater nerds like me out there listening.
Dan, get ready.
The original production played on Broadway at the Empire Theater. The Empire Theater, if you're interested in Broadway history, was on Broadway at 40th Street, New York City. It was built in 1893 and closed and was demolished in 1953. But good news, there is a delightful office building in its place.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Interestingly, one of the theater's final productions would be I Am a Camera, which ran at the Empire between November 1951 and July 1952. In 1966, the play I Am a Camera would be adapted into the musical Cabaret.
Oh, okay.
The original production of which starred Lotte Lenya as Fraulein Schneider.
Look at that.
So, weird little connections.
You know what? Never mind. I don't want to go down this road. No, I don't go down this road.
No.
It's fine. Let's continue.
Dan was going to ask a Broadway question, and he's concerned.
Please ask the Broadway question.
I'm only vaguely aware of the plot of Cabaret.
Okay.
But I think I got the gist.
Life is a cabaret.
What is the title I Am a Camera? How does that relate to what happens in the play Cabaret? Because now when you say I Am a Camera, I'm imagining a musical about one of the lesser Transformers being like, I'm the one that turns into a camera. Nobody likes me in a fight. Yep.
At least I'm not a cassette tape. I think it's about reflection of...
It's about somebody who's observing, and it's not... Is that... Okay, maybe Michael has an answer.
Let me tell you, the title is a quotation taken from the novel's first page, quote, I am a camera with its shutter open, quite passive, recording, not thinking.
There you go. Sounds good.
So it's about an observer.
And it's written from the standpoint of the guy. I always forget his name. Anyway, there you go, Dan.
I think it's biographical or like... I think
it is.
Because there was a book, right? By Christopher Isherwood.
It's entirely my own fault. I started this. I should have just let it go.
Okay, so Dan, Cabaret is about Liza Minnelli singing and dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Joel Grey won the Tony for it.
And the Oscar.
And
there's some really fantastic Bob Fosse choreography.
Yeah, that's right.
Good.
That's all you need to know.
Nothing else.
Threepenny Opera, there was an off-Broadway revival in 1954 at the Théâtre de Lys on Christopher Street in the West Village of Manhattan, currently the Lucille Lortel Theater.
Oh, the shark has pretty teeth, dear, and he shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has Mack dear, and he keeps it out of sight when the shark bites.
It ran for 96 performances in 1954, and then it closed briefly because the theater had another booking, and then it reopened in 1955 and ran for a total of 2,707 performances.
Woo!
Wow.
Bit of a bigger hit than the 33 version.
Yeah. So between 1933 and 1955, it played for 2,707 plus 12 performances.
Wow. That's crazy.
I will say it feels off Broadway, so it makes sense that it worked there.
Yeah, especially in 1954, where there's that emerging downtown scene, and off-Broadway is becoming a thing, and more experimental theater.
Yeah, and Broadway is still like the bandwagon and stuff.
Yeah. This production featured Lottie Lenya as Jenny Diver, Charlotte Rae as Frau Peachum, John Astin as Matt of the Mint, and B. Arthur as Lucy Brown.
What a cast.
Yeah.
So good.
So wait, hold on. John Astin is Gomez, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to make sure I'm not thinking of a different John Astin.
And Charlotte Rae is Mrs. Garrett.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Girls.
Great. Girls. Girls, don't talk to that walking hand. So you guys know the deal with Sean Astin, right? AKA Samwise Gamgee. So his mom is Patty Duke.
Patty Duke, yeah.
So Patty Duke, I'm sorry to say, I don't mean to say anything bad about the woman, but she pulled a Mamma Mia. You know that, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
She doesn't know who Sean Astin's father is. There was at least 3 possibilities.
That's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. But John Astin, a.k.a. Gomez, a.k.a. this guy from Threepenny Opera, basically he wasn't the stepfather. He was the father who stepped up.
That's right.
As they say, he took the responsibility, even though he did not know if in fact Sean was his son. And so Sean Astin adopted as, I think it's really a stage name. I don't even know if it's his actual name. I think his last name may be Duke legally, but he adopted it in tribute to John Astin because John Astin was his father growing up, even though, again, Patty Duke's like, I'm not really sure that is, sorry. Anyway, that's the story of Sean Astin.
By the way, at the moment of recording, Sean Astin, newly elected president of SAG-AFTRA.
Oh, good for him.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Nice.
Did he get EP?
Good for him.
Funny connection, now that you're mentioning it. This is so ridiculous.
Oh, please.
Charlotte Rae played Frau Peachum in the original production.
Sure.
She would later go on famously to play Mrs. Garrett on Facts of Life.
Mm-hmm.
Mackenzie Astin would also be on Facts of Life later on, but I think it was during the Cloris Leachman years.
It was.
Oh,
with
yeah, I don't
Cloris,
think they crossed
it was with
over.
Cloris Leachman and
Oh,
George
right.
Clooney.
And they're, right, and he's like stepbrothers with Sean Astin, right, or something.
Yeah.
He has the same last name, so okay. Interesting. He also was in Garbage Pail Kids, the movie.
Was he?
Mackenzie Astin, yeah.
That's cool.
He's the main character. That's cool. Is it cool? Is it cool, Michael? I think also there's a story of John Astin being like, don't do this movie. Please. So stupid.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
It's like, yeah, he's like, but they're offering me a lead part. He's like, you don't want it, man. Come on. But poor
based
Mackenzie
on
didn't
spoof
listen.
baseball cards.
Oh, man.
Other notable replacements in the original production include Ed Asner, Jerry Orbach, and Jerry Stiller.
No. Wow. 3 men, all very talented, would not think they would play the same part. But
no, they all
fine.
played different parts.
Oh, they did. Oh, I thought you
Jerry
were saying they were all
Orbach
the same
must
part.
have been Mack the Knife.
I think he was, yeah.
He must have been
Okay.
Matt Keith.
All right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Jerry Stiller, I think, was one of the gang members. I'm not sure who Ed Asner. I think Ed Asner was
Mr. Peachum?
He was Lou Grant.
he was
Lou Grant. He played Lou Grant.
They wrote Lou Grant in the script. Just to get that.
there was a little office cubicle to the side.
He would just bring out a thing of whiskey and 2 glasses from his.
He would just tell
drawer.
Mack the Knife he hates spunk and go back. And
Yeah. Mary, there's no Mary in this play. What are you doing?
Mary. He just threw bulldozes right through it. Oh, man.
Just runs out shouting, Ted! It'll make sense someday. I think he played the inspector or something like that, or maybe Mr. Peachum. I don't know. Lottie Lenya won a Tony Award in 1956 for Best Featured Actress in a Musical. Why is this strange?
Yeah.
Because the Threepenny Opera is the only off-Broadway production ever to be eligible for Tony Awards, and Lottie Lenya is the only off-Broadway winner. Scott Merrill as McKeith was nominated but did not win, and the production received a special Tony Award, so non-competitive.
I'm going to ask you something. Why was that allowed?
I think at the time, so the Tony Awards started, I believe, in like 1949.
Uh-huh.
At the time, I don't think, and the
And
rules,
off-Broadway wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, rules for eligibility change and adapt through the years. I think at the time the rules were not completely set. It honored Broadway productions. I don't think off-Broadway was really much of a thing at that point. And the production was so popular, I feel like they made an exception for it, but that's the only time that's ever happened.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I would also, this is complete speculation, but as Michael was saying, like the rules are not 100% set yet. As we discussed in the past, things like the Tonys and the Oscars and the Emmys, totally fine, but they are a PR stunt. That's what they started as, in order to like get attention to the theater and the movies and television and all that stuff. Again, totally fine. It doesn't invalidate anyone who's won one, or invalidate the legitimacy of the awards, but that's what they are for. But as you're saying, like, the rules have not been set. I would imagine that there may have been, like, when an off-Broadway production won, maybe some of the owners of the Broadway theaters were like, why don't we set these rules down in stone?
Yeah.
How about we?
Yeah.
Because as this off-Broadway scene is developing and growing and getting more and more popular, maybe we keep them out. Maybe we just make this for us, because that's what it's supposed to be. So I imagine there may have been some of that as well.
I'm sure.
But at the time, they were like, decades from now, Little Shop of Horrors is going to be off-Broadway, and that should get, like, all the awards. And they were like, no.
No.
Right. But Ellen Green, no.
That's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like, because at that point, they were like, well, we got to set these rules down in stone. So
yeah. And, I mean, what's interesting is, like, talking about the Emmy Awards, you know what award they didn't have at the first ever Emmy Awards?
What
was that?
Awards for writers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, if you watch clips of the first ever Emmy Awards, like, all of the actors who are winning were, like, thanking the writers and saying stuff like, hey, maybe next year,
Well, and again, I mean, I'm sure a big part of it was if the actors were saying that, I guess they're probably okay. But again, it was a PR stunt. They were like, we don't care about the writer. We want the actors up there. We want to get attention to them, right? Like, that's what this is for. And again, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but that's what it's for.
Yeah.
It's like, my point is, like, whenever people complain about, like, the Oscars, I'm like, guys, like, God didn't come down from on high and, like, decide this stuff. It's like, the reason why certain movies win is because it's what's good for the industry. And the people who are voting are in the industry, and they're like, this would be good for the industry. Yeah. So that's why sometimes these things happen. I mean, I don't want to go down this tangent, but there's other reasons why certain things win and other things don't win. So
don't get me started on The Martian.
No, so I mean, this is one example, right? But years ago, I read an article where it interviewed people who were voting on the Oscars. And the thing that's funny is a lot of people who work in the industry, and I'm sure this is true with the Tonys, so it's relevant, they're very busy. So they don't sit around watching a lot of movies, right? I know that seems crazy, but it's the truth. And there has been a lot of talk in the last year where the Oscars have actually now finally said, in order to vote, you must have watched the movie, or you can't vote for it, which was not true before now. And so anyway, there was this article where they interviewed this guy, and they're like, this was when J.K. Simmons was up for Whiplash. And they were like, who are you voting for Best Actor? And he was like, J.K. Simmons. And they're like, oh, you like Whiplash? And like, didn't see it. And they're like, why are you voting for J.K. Simmons? And they're like, because this guy was a regular actor on a television show. And he was like, oh, J.K. Simmons did a guest spot on the show. Guy came in, knew his lines, was great to the crew, total professional, love him. That's why I'm voting for him.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, man, like that, you might be like, yeah, I mean, look, he was great in the movie. So I think it was totally a fine win. But like, that's that's what's going on behind the scenes. It's not like people are not sitting there being like, let me evaluate in a scientific reason why. Like, a lot of times, like, a big movie like Titanic will win. I'm not here to attack Titanic. It's a perfectly fine movie. But people are like, hey, you know what? Great thing about Titanic? It employed 10,000 people.
Right. Yeah.
So not only do pretty much everyone in the industry know someone who worked on that movie and they're rooting for it, but it's like, I want big movies like that to get made because I'll get hired to work on a giant movie. Sorry, The Weight of Water or whatever, but like 9 people worked on that movie. So a lot of these things are to have nothing to do with the actual artistic merit of what's going on, but it's totally fine. It's a PR stunt. It doesn't mean that. And also, like, contests based on criteria that is not scientific always have problems anyway. Because people like things they like and they don't like things they don't like and whatever.
Yeah.
You can't say like, Like, at least it's in like a sport. It's like either the ball went out of the field or it didn't. Like, it's a binary, but that's not true with other
But
things.
I will say, to bring it back to the Tonys real quick, is I do think that the timing of it, the fact that before the 50s, off-Broadway as like a consolidated concept didn't really exist, right? So I think it is similar, like the Tonys, like Michael said, the Tonys had just started less than a decade ago, and this new field of theater had opened up down the block, and I think it was wrestling with, well, what is, like, Broadway has specific parameters, but this other thing has the same quality but doesn't fit the exact parameters. So what do we do? I guess they could have a Tony, I guess. You know, so I think that had a lot to do with it too.
At the time, the Tony Award itself was just like a cigarette case. No joke.
Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't like the award with like the medallion. It was,
they got together in a hotel ballroom and like,
well, also, like, I know you guys love this stuff, so I'm not here to attack it at all, but it's always struck me as funny. Is it's like, well, what is the Tony Award? Like, the Oscars are like movies, and like TV is Emmys. What are the Oscars? Oh, these 9 theaters within this, like, these 7
Broadway
blocks.
Theaters.
Like that, but that's what I mean.
40,
like, then they
41.
just decided, like, they
41.
decided we're gonna have an award show for this stuff.
For this very specific geographical area.
But that's what I mean. It's not like it's not like theater across the world. Like, it's just these. You know, if tomorrow Netflix was like, we're having the Netflix Awards, and in order to be eligible, you have to be shown on Netflix.
First of all, 100% they will. Give it a year.
Oh, yeah, well, I know. But I'm just saying. Well, it's like MTV having the video awards.
Right.
Like, where else do they show videos?
Yeah.
So.
But like, in addition to what you're saying about like the very specific geographical area, it's like, well, what if I'm going to open a theater between 41st and 65th Street on Broadway? It has 498 seats. Well, now you can't get a Tony.
Right.
That's not a Broadway theater.
Right.
Yeah.
It has to have more than 500 seats. It's like, well, there's a folding chair in the lobby.
Right.
We got 2 of them. Does that count? Like,
bring them in?
Yeah. And the worst part is they'd be like, yeah, that counts. That's fine.
Yeah.
This year counts. Next year it won't. But yeah, and Dan, like everything you're saying about the Oscars, like I could go on a 20-minute rant about the 1951 award for Best Actress, but we're not going to do that.
Let's not.
It's fine.
Let's hold off.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say.
Yeah.
Betty Davis, leading All About Eve, Gloria Swanson, leading Sunset Boulevard, should have been between them. Anne Baxter, who is a supporting character, submitted herself as lead actress, splits the vote. Judy Holliday wins for Born Yesterday.
That's the problem. I mean, and splitting the vote, that's the other problem, right? That's another thing that happens. So
it's like, but you're a supporting actress. I want to be lead.
Right.
Well, great. And Born Yesterday is going to win.
I hope you're happy with yourself.
Okay, so back to Threepenny Opera. For this production, this is the 1954 off-Broadway revival. The English adaptation of the book and lyrics was by Marc Blitzstein. This translation would be used for future pop recordings of Mack the Knife. The first charting recording of Mack the Knife was by Louis Armstrong in 1955.
Oh, the shark has pretty teeth, dear, and he shows them a pearly white, just a jackknife.
Released as a theme from the Threepenny Opera, open parentheses, Mack the Knife, close parentheses, it peaked on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 20 in 1956. I think at the time he also released an instrumental version. And as I mentioned earlier, he also at the time recorded a duet version with Lottie Lenya, but it was not released until 1982, which was posthumously for both artists.
Oh, the shark has a pretty teeth, dear,
and he shows them pearly white,
just a jackknife.
Now, his recording from 1955 changed the lyric, a cement bag's just dropping down, to a cement bag's drooping down. It's also the first version that adds Lottie Lenya's name to the lyrics. And again, that was because she was there in the studio recording with him.
And she forced him to do it.
Yeah.
She said, I think it'd just be fun if you added my name to it. I'm just saying. I'm here. I'll stare at you while you do it. And if you don't do it, then I'll be upset. But it's
He
fine.
steps away from the microphone and she like runs over to the sheet music with a pencil. I'm just changing a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. Mac is not the only one who has a knife he keeps out of sight. So, maybe you say my name. How about that? Pokey, pokey, Louie.
The Louis Armstrong version was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1997 and the Library of Congress National Recording Registry in 2015.
So I just wanted to say that in preparation for this, I watched a YouTube video. I put into YouTube Mack the Knife, Threepenny Opera. I found a video which I assume it looked like it was from the 20s, I would guess. It was in German. It was a movie. It was definitely like a movie that had Mack the Knife. The lyrics were in German, but it was translated into English on subtitles, assuming the subtitles are correct, or at least mostly correct. As I think Michael has said previously, the music is going to play on like one of those like crank things that like a music box thing. So it's very funny to hear that sort of same riff that doot doot is like kind of like sound to it, and the guy is singing like this, and then he says like this, like he's very like staccato sort of sound that he's singing in German. I didn't want to say the lyrics were very different, and it certainly was like the same general gist. However, the Bobby Darin version was the one I'm most familiar with. Again, Max seems like maybe like a two-bit hood, kind of like a mob-related kind of thing. He's extorting people for money, blah, blah, blah. But like certainly a bad guy, not a guy you want to hang around with, a guy who should be removed from society and probably put in jail. He's a bad person. The Mac that they are describing in this German movie is way worse. And in ways that, he's doing other things that are unspeakable, not just murder. I will use the euphemism they use, so I don't have to use it, that he's defiling women in the street. Not good. You also say that an old man and 7 children burned alive in a fire and Mac was standing outside, but nobody asked him any questions is one of the things they say. Again, not great. Like, not that you want people murdering someone, but in a weird way, like if you extort someone for money and then kill them, that feels better than just like randomly murdering children for fun. That's not good. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that like the actual song was a lot darker. It also seemed like, I don't know for sure, but he's talking and the person who's doing the organ grinding is like lifting up almost like a PowerPoint presentation, but like an old kind of like showing photos of dead bodies. So it almost seems like this person is like, hey, this is a public service announcement. You guys, everybody stay away from Mack the Knife because he's out there and he's killing people. And so like, and look, here are the bodies. It's almost like a police press conference or something where it's like, look at these dead bodies. So anyway, that's it. It's a much darker like tone, even though this is a very dark song. I was like, oh, this is much darker. This doesn't have like a fun 50s like, hey, we're the mob vibe to it. So that's all. Again, not surprising for like Germany in the 20s. I think had kind of a darker tone in general, but anyway. So that was all.
Those are interesting points because in the show itself, the song is, I think we mentioned, is the prologue. It's the opening number, and it is sung by a narrator who is just sort of like explaining the background of who McKeith is. The other thing, Dan, that you said was like the staccato nature of the original song. Because of the way it's written, it is very staccato, and that lent itself to artists like Bobby Darin doing that kind of jazzy improv and adding to it, adding like the don't you knows and the eeks.
Right. Because I think there is space in there. For that.
Yes.
Because the guy's like, Mack the Knife. And then there's like a pause and he's like, he defiled a woman. And like, it's sort of that kind of thing, Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, there's like room in there for that jazzy improv.
Jazzy improv about a monster.
Yeah. So Bobby Darin, he had a fascinating, complicated, and tragically short life that would require like a 50-part series. We are focusing solely on this song.
Great.
But I will say he was born Walden Robert Casado in New York City on May 14th, 1936, and was discovered by Connie Francis's manager. In the mid-50s, he was signed to Decca Records and wrote one of her first songs, My First Real Love.
'Twas my first real love, but my heart my first real love.
And they had like a whole romance and stuff, but again, way too complicated to get into. Between 1956 and 1957, he released a series of non-charting singles. He released his first album in 1958 called Bobby Darin and had his first major success with a song he co-wrote, Splish Splash.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath, long about a Saturday night. Yeah, rubbed up, just relaxing in the tub, thinking everything was alright. Well, I stepped out the tub, put my
It's a great song. Classic.
He released a few non-album singles at this point, which were all top 40 hits. Early in the Morning, Queen of the Hop, Plain Jane, and in 1955, a top 5 hit that he wrote called Dream Lover.
charms, 'cause I want a girl to call my own. I want a dream lover, so I don't have to dream alone.
Dream Lover is a phenomenal song. As he established his success in the rock and pop genres, he was preparing to record his next album. He told the record company he wanted to record an album of standards. In an interview with PBS American Masters, his son Dod Darin said, quote, rock and roll started it for him, but I think he always had in his mind he wanted to prove he could sing and he wanted to prove he could perform. He was signed to Atlantic Records, and the record company thought he was out of his mind, and his friend, Dick Clark, also advised him against recording the album.
Come on, Dick. Support your friends.
Well, I mean, he was like establishing himself as like
as
this,
a pop artist, like rock artist. Yeah.
Anytime an artist is like, I want to record a standard, the record company is like, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then it does well.
Well, I mean, maybe you only have the success stories. Maybe there's other ones.
I'm sure. It's not 100% the record company not believing in it, but it's the record company not believing in it. And that's like my favorite thing ever. So Richard West was hired as the arranger. Darin sang the song a cappella to him to explain how he wanted it to sound, and he devised the arrangement. The song was recorded with other songs for the album on December 19th, 1958. The Library of Congress profile of the song quotes Atlantic Records founder Ahmet Ertegun in Dod Darin's book, Dream Lovers. Quote, as we were cutting Mack the Knife on the first date, there was no doubt in anybody's mind it would be a success. Everyone knew that this was going to be a #1 record. Then I realized, having done the rock thing, Bobby was now going to have a big pop hit. We knew as we were cutting it, he's going to become a major, major star. We were jumping up and down, and after the first take, I said, you've got it, that's it.
It's just funny at the time that being like, you know, he's a hit with the rock stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But now he's going to be a pop star.
Yeah.
And that's like a whole other level, which is funny because we've now come back around to that, where it's like, sure, he's big in the rock world, but can he do it in the pop? But like for a while there, it flipped, and then, but it's just funny. Again, it's always funny to think about that. Like I've said many times, I still that quote of Kenny Rogers being like, so anyway, I was doing this rock music, and then this new thing came out called country music, and I thought I'd try that, and it's like, that was new? Like, what do you mean? I don't understand. But anyway.
And I mean, this was 1959, so it was early rock and roll. So I think it wasn't as wide an audience as
absolutely
rock
not.
had become.
Sure.
Like,
it was a kid thing.
Yeah.
You weren't playing to like a mainstream audience. That was kiddie stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, what year is this? 58?
59. So
59.
Like 5 years short the Beatles.
Yeah, and we're 2 years away from Elvis having to sing to a hound dog on the Steve Allen show because it was a joke.
Yeah.
You know, sure, you did rock, absolutely. I'm glad the teeny boppers like it, but now you're doing an actual song for actual people. So.
Yeah. The album of standards, called That's All, was released in March of 1959. It went to number 7 in the US and number 15 in the UK. Mack the Knife was released as the first single in August of that year. It became Bobby Darin's only #1 hit. It topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 9 weeks. It also went to number 1 in the UK and in Canada. The follow-up single was Beyond the Sea, which is another signature song for Bobby Darin.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. My lover.
Pretty good 1-2 punch there.
At the second annual Grammy Awards on November 29th, 1959, they were held in the fall then. Now they're held in the spring.
Wow.
So award shows evolve is the theme of
that's right.
this episode.
That's the theme.
So the second annual Grammy Awards, Mack the Knife won the award for Record of the Year, beating A Fool Such as I by Elvis Presley and High Hopes by Frank Sinatra.
Ooh.
Darin also won Best New Artist that year, becoming the first artist to do so.
Wow. He and Milli Vanilli. 2 success stories.
Bobby Darin's recording was added to the Library of Congress National Recording Registry in 2015, the same time as the Louis Armstrong version. In 1961, he released a compilation album called The Bobby Darin Story. This collection of hits includes spoken word narrations by Bobby Darin between the songs. This is a really cool idea in an era before playlists and mixtapes.
Sure.
Because I've added a song to a playlist from that album, only to be like, who is talking for 5 minutes before Beyond the Sea? What is happening here? And then you just find it on a different album, add it to the playlist. But before Mack the Knife, Bobby Darin says,
Pardon me for interrupting, but there's something I must explain. You see, the songs that you've just heard were all on single records. And sometime between Queen of the Hop and Dream Lover, I went in to record my first album. It was called That's All. And one of the things in the album was a song that changed my entire life. I'm not going to tell you which song it was, but I'll be singing it for as long as I live. So if you'll sharpen up your fingers, we'll begin. Oh, the shark, babe.
American Songwriter quotes Frank Sinatra, who referred to Darin's version as definitive. Mr. Sinatra said, quote, Bobby Darin took the song by the scruff of the neck and turned it into a swing classic widely known today. Unlike the Brecht Weill original, which remains in the same key throughout, Darin's version changes key chromatically no fewer than 5 times, ratcheting up the tension.
Yeah.
With the pop success of the song, Ella Fitzgerald added Mack the Knife to her set list, performing it for the first time on February 13th, 1960 at a concert in Berlin, where she was recording a live album. About a third of the way through the song, she forgets the lyrics and improvises the rest of Mack the Knife for the next 3 minutes.
Oh, what's the next chorus to this song now? This is the one now. I don't know, but it was a swinging tune, and it's a hit soon. So we tried to do.
The best thing about that is that she says in the song that she can't remember how it goes.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
It absolutely fits the song. It rhymes during the part where they name the names. She names Louis Armstrong and Bobby Darin, both who fit in there. It's incredible.
It's really, really some of the most impressive improvisation during a song that you'll ever hear.
For a solid 3 minutes. It's phenomenal.
Which is most of the song.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of it. This is disgusting to hear. And the reason it's disgusting is like, Ella Fitzgerald, look, she's an amazing singer, obviously, but you're like, there's a lot of great singers out there. Like, why is she so famous? And then you're like, oh, that's right. Because like really famous, talented people are really talented in so many ways.
Yeah.
That like, you're only kind of scratching the surface, but it's like, oh, that's why she's Ella Fitzgerald.
Yeah,
because she can just be like, I'm just going to make up a song on the spot and have it be like the best thing you've ever heard. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, she's on another level.
And there's some other person who's like a really good singer, and they're like, oh, that's why I'm not Ella Fitzgerald.
Right.
Because I can't do that. I just have a really good voice, but I can't just make up a
she's
song.
a genius. There's
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's why she's Ella Fitzgerald and I'm Pearl, and I'm just stuck here singing for the lost and the lonely.
I improvise and forget things every night too because I sit at this bar a lot, but nobody's given me applause.
Nope.
So Ella Fitzgerald's recording with the improvised lyrics of Mack the Knife was included on her 1960 live album, Ella in Berlin. And that version of Mack the Knife with improvised lyrics was released as a single. It peaked at number 27 on the Billboard Hot 100 and won 2 Grammy Awards.
Come on.
Best Vocal Performance Single Record or Track, Female, and Best Vocal Performance Album, Female. Ella in Berlin was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1999. So I feel like now, Or maybe even then, any other artist, like if it was a live recording, like, yeah, maybe she wouldn't have stopped and restart the song. They would have recorded a second night. They would have put the perfect version on there.
Yeah.
But the imperfection makes this recording of the song so brilliant, and it makes it's like the Judy at Carnegie Hall album where you feel like you're there in the moment.
Right.
Experiencing this concert. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, strangely,
Mm-hmm.
Mack the Knife inspired Mack Tonight, a character and ad campaign designed to promote dinner at McDonald's, but seems to mostly encourage people to eat fast food after midnight.
Sure.
The character, if you're not familiar with it, was a half man, half moon, technically crescent moon, and sang a parody of Mack the Knife to promote having dinner at McDonald's.
I mean, let's not beat around the bush. He's an eldritch abomination. His head is a moon. He is absolutely terrifying. And
he wears
again,
sunglasses at night.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But like there was like one of those, probably the first time in my life I experienced the uncanny valley.
Yeah.
Where I was like, there's something not right about what's happening. I don't know what it is, but it chills me to the core. And that's all. And it was a short-lived thing, because I think a lot of people felt the same way, where they're like, what is this? But they pushed it really hard for a minute there.
When the clock strikes 6:30, babe, time to head for golden lights. It's a good time for the great taste dinner at McDonald's. It's Mack tonight. Come on, make it Mack tonight.
And as Michael said, the point was, hey, you can eat McDonald's at night, which everyone was like, yeah, we know. There was no one was confused about the fact that we couldn't eat. Nobody thought like, well, it's 5:30. I'm sure McDonald's is closed.
The sun goes down and nobody's eating McDonald's? That's what you're telling us right now. That's what you're telling us. Real McDonald's, calm down. I do think it coincided with some of the more like adult foods, though, didn't it? With the
Absolutely. But the thing is,
what was it? The Arch
Deluxe.
Deluxe? Yeah.
The problem, Rachel, is every 5 years they do this. And we're like, now we want to appeal to adults. And it's like, you've done this over and over and over again.
Us in your claws.
You got it.
You've got your claws
don't need to
in
do
us.
this. I know they were trying to do it because they had the McDonald's land, and they were trying to do it like that. But it's a guy in a suit with a thing on his head that looks like a moon, and it just doesn't. It should just be a cartoon. It just doesn't work.
Yeah,
it's bad.
The fact that we've gone from Ella Fitzgerald to Mack Tonight so quickly,
a perfect progression.
Perfect progression.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Things are definitely not very emblematic of how society has gone in the last, let's say 60 to 80 years. Just a long, slow slide into
Mack Tonight.
Mack Tonight.
Now, Dan, as you were saying, like, yes, the character is terrifying, but I'll say this. He's a hell of a piano player.
Absolutely.
I mean, so good.
Anyway, Bobby Darin's son sued, and they stopped using the song in the campaign.
Oh, perfect.
So
Anyway, so Bobby Darin's story and music continues to resonate and is currently being told 8 times a week on Broadway in Just in Time, with Jonathan Groff playing Bobby Darin.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
So a full circle Broadway episode.
Big hit.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for that, Michael. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the lesson we learned from this song with Lessons Learned. All right, we're back. It's time for Lessons Learned. What lesson we learned from this song? Rachel, let's start with you. What lesson did you learn from Mack the Knife?
I learned that if you want your name in a song, star in a Broadway musical, and then find a popular musician to record a song from that musical, and then go to the studio with them and just stare them down until they put your name in the lyrics somewhere. It doesn't have to be a list of names. It could just be a random lyric that they just throw your name in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how my name got into Seasons of Love from Rent.
I'd love to play along, but I can't name like a Broadway star to like be in this. So I'm just going to laugh and move along. Hey guys, so I hope this is okay, but I actually sold my lesson to an advertiser.
Oh.
I hope that's cool. So this is a sponsored ad. This is a sponsored lesson. sponsor segment. But so real quick, guys, right now this segment is sponsored by FanDuel. And on right now, you can get a 30% profit boost on a 3-leg parlay of whether or not Mackie is back in town. So put down 5, and you get 10 back if you do hit that parlay. So go on there. Again, 30% boost. You get $50 off on your first bet right now on FanDuel.com.
Dan, this just in. Your son is suing FanDuel.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, my little boy. Can I also say one thing, because probably the two you don't know this? That is a parody of every commercial on every sports podcast I listen to. I just wanted to be clear on that.
Sure.
Not an actual commit for FanDuel, but literally. I hear the word, because I listen to a lot of sports podcasts, I hear the word parlay so many times a day.
I have no idea
and I have no idea what that means.
Idea.
I literally have no idea. But I've heard it 10,000 times in the last 3 to 4 years.
You keep telling me I can bet on the parlay, and I'm like, is that a horse? Is that what is it?
It's all. Everyone's betting. That's the crazy part. No, Rachel's right. Everyone's betting on one horse. It's crazy.
I got the horse right here. The name is Parlay.
Parlay. Stop saying parlay to me as if I know what it is.
Anyway, Michael, please continue.
I learned that a jackknife is easy to keep out of sight.
Sure.
A shark, just as effective, way more fun.
True. That's true. You know what? I'm on board with that.
Carry around a shark.
Carry around a little shark and then just toss it at somebody.
Yeah.
And then it's fun for you. It's fun for the shark.
Yeah. You're going to want to carry a water bottle with you, but also, but carry that shark.
Yeah. Smart.
I like it.
I've thought it through.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the Story Song Podcast. You can follow us on the socials like Instagram, Facebook, and Threads and Blue Sky and all the ones that are good. Go on there and you can follow them. And if you leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or wherever your podcasts, or leave us a comment on Spotify, we would appreciate it, and we'll read it on the show. If you like this episode, please tell a friend. I'm Dan McInerney.
I'm Rachel Oakes.
And I'm Michael So.
Talk to you next time. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Look out, old Mac is back.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Story Song Podcast, a member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Our theme music was written and performed by Jason Flowers. Find him at Jason Flowers on Blue Sky and Instagram.
Our logo was designed by Dan Geva. Be sure to follow us on Facebook or on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at Story Song Podcast. For questions and comments, contact us at info@storysongpodcast.com.
And don't forget to leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts and episode-specific comments on Spotify. To learn more about the show, visit storysongpodcast.com or pantheonpodcasts.com. Join us next time for another great story song.
It's the Story Song Podcast.
That was fun.
All right. Good job, guys.
Good one.
Yay.
Yay.
And stop.